Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, thank you very much for joining me again. So I'm on part 3 of my travel journal. I thought I was going to get it done in 2 parts, but I needed another. So in this one, I'm doing the tags. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I did them. Right, so I was having a little measure and I'm thinking I could go 3.5 by 6.5, possibly, maybe 6.25, to fit in these bigger pockets. These ones and this page here would need smaller ones, so I need 8 of the big ones. So one of the things that I've got is boxes of tonic water. So I save these because the inside is this colour, so I'm going to chop these up and use these as the basis of my tags. Then my tags will be really thick and robust. So I'm just going to take that end bit off, and these could be utilised for smaller things, but I'll probably chuck them, to be fair. They do have this hole in them, and there we go, that's that. So I'm going to split it down there, and I might be governed by the size of my tag by the width of this. Oh, that's 3.5 actually, so I'll take that off there. I might just take the edge of that off there. So let's cut this down to 3.5. It's actually got that funny shape on it, so I might take this one down to 3. And it's got this on it. But I'm not really that bothered. It's a junk journal. I might be able to work with that. There we go. So this is going to give me 4. I wanted 8, didn't I? I've got another box. Luckily, I have another box. So I'm going to cut this one at 3.5. That cuts that. I'm trying to decide if I want to use that hole. So I might go 3.5 this way. Could have a little peekaboo hole, or just leave it as a hole. Why not do that? So this one was going to have to be 3, wasn't it, to accommodate those funny things there. And what was I going for? 6.5. Let's cut this at 6.5, which is there. Let's stand that up. 6.5. And I've got these to make teeny tiny tags with. So that's them. I won't cut the other ones out. I'll probably just show you how to do these ones, and then I'll do the other ones in exactly the same way off camera. There we go. Some of these bits can just get binned, other bits can go with scraps. So let's see. These are going to fit. So yeah, that's cool. Yep, 3.5 works there. And these ones are just 3, but they still work okay. Yeah, so go with them. So another box would give me another 4 tags. And I've got that fancy hole. Now I've still got the other side of this bag, which I thought might make very nice tags for the front and the back cover. And on one of them I can have our Mr. Pelican and just put it on the other side. I think that would be nice. I do. So let's get this off. Not being quite so careful because I'm cutting it up to stick on something. Probably use this rope for something. It's not rope, it's paper rope. Get it off. Right, that's. So I want it to go on that. So it's 3.5 in it. So let's cut this at 3.5. Let's do it this way because this is the end that's properly straight. Let's take a bit off the top. A bit ripped, but it doesn't matter because when I glue it down, you won't necessarily see it. So I'll have that at the top. And that'll be nice. So we'll cut that off at 6.5. And that's a really simple tag. I'll probably put some other stuff on it, but that. Glued together. That'll be quite nice. So let's do the same for the back. I'm actually thinking that would be quite nice. So three and a half, yeah, that'll do. Then I've got a few scraps for other things, but that I probably won't put it on this one with a hole. Or I could do, and then I could put a bit of a leaf behind or something else behind there, just to have something on the back of this peeping through. Maybe a bit of leaf. Find a nice bit. Or something else. Or something else, just. Right, so that's those two. Nicely sorted. And then gotta think about these ones. I've got this. I could probably do that. I mean, it's black. I've got other colours. I might look up some more of this paper that I've got and use some of that. But for now, I'll concentrate. Concentrate on this one. So I'm gonna so put a bit of glue stick on this and a bit of glue around the edge. I might sew it. I don't know. I'm going to put a bit of glue around that rip. So give it a wiggle. I can always trim it again if it's not quite where I want it. It ain't quite where I want it, but that's okay. I like that. Right, I want, that's going on there. Let me just draw a little pencil. So I want something under there. Oh, got this. How about that? It's quite cool. So put that across there, down there, just so I've got a rough placement. So across there. So if I stick that down first, let's take that off there. So if that's stuck down there, and then that's stuck over, that'll work. Cooking on gas. Cooking on the gas. There we go. Just going to glue stick that because it's going to have other things sandwiched on top. Yeah, I like it. Like it, like it, like it. So we want just want glue. There we go. And then that's going on top. And I quite like, you've got like circles on this from where the tonic bottles were, cans even. So I'm liking that. Like. I want to make sure that when I'm pushing this down, I'm pushing away so that I don't get any glue oozing out onto this paper here. And there we are. That's those two done. And now I've remembered I've got that paper, I could cover the backs of these in this paper. Obviously a bigger piece than that. I don't think that this tissue is going to be any good because we'll see the tonic through it. I don't want that. Don't want that at all. This paper's too Christmassy. I don't want to use it for this project because it's not going to be a Christmas project. So I'm going to look for more toilet roll stuff. So I went to look for some other paper. I found this, but then, and some sort of similar sort of abstract designs, and I thought it's not really going to go. It's floral and foliage, so I thought I could use, I've got some scraps of the ordinary brown, I could cover in the brown and then stamp on it to match the stamping that I've done. I thought I might like that, and cover with this paper, and then it kind of, we've got a bit of continuity. So when I was flicking through, that's staring me in the face and I don't like it. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to put a bit of this through it as well. It's just standing out a bit too bright for me. So yeah, not over keen. So I am just going to cover these in the same way. So I'll probably speed up whilst I cover these two tags in the brown paper and that. Okay, so there's those four done. I just trimmed slightly where it wasn't quite right. So gonna make some tag tops with the very best trio punch. That's what it's called, and it is, in my opinion. So we've got our little notch there at the top, a little hole for putting whatever we want to put in there. I'm thinking maybe some of that paper ribbon from the crackers. Right, and now we'll do the corners. That nice tag. I'm saying on that one I just folded the paper over to cover that bit, which I think works. Right, I might do these the other way. There's two ways of doing your tag toppers. There's probably see it better that way. There's that way and there's that way. Just to give it a little bit of difference. There we go. That's that. I can round the bottoms if I want to. I could keep those, the photo corners, if I wanted to. Right, so this one needs stamping on. So I've still got my stamps out from before. So let's get them used. Now that big one's lovely, isn't it? I could just put that big one on it. Stick that in the centre. And then we could have a bit of other foliage coming in the top. could put some more flowers next to it. And then, because it seems to be floating, let's stick a border on the bottom. Yeah, it's quite pretty. That's that. So I think that one's done. I might put words on it. Not really sure yet. Do I want anything else on that one? It's quite pretty as it is. I could what sort of ribbons have I got? I mean, I know stamping makes it not be using rubbish, but right. I've got all this that I really need to undo. I'm not really into blingy on my journals, but the other side's a bit more subtle, isn't it? I could stick the other side across there with something, not sure what yet, but that's not too blingy. Is this the one where it's gone over the other outside? I'd really like some craft, but I haven't got any craft things, but I've got this white. Those white ones would work, wouldn't they? Probably. For the top. They'll go through the hole. Yes, they will. So that was my thoughts on Christmas Day. When I pulled the cracker, I was like, oh, I'll have these. They'll look good on the top of a tag. And I wasn't wrong. It's quite long, that. I might trim it down. Oh, I've got these, haven't I? No, Jess, really no. You don't want to put that on there. I did think I might sew around these, but I'm not sure because it's quite thick card. I was trying to make that smaller so that I'd have a bit I could reuse, but I didn't manage that. Right, so we got that, we got that. What could I tie that with? Blue would be nice. I could colour this, actually. I've got Nights of Navy. And that would work for the other one as well, wouldn't it? So even though I'm using rubbish, I do like it to look a little bit matchy. And I'm showing that you can. There we are. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Yep, liking that. To be fair, could do the same thing for this, but I'll do that off camera because you've seen me do it once. Right, so I think we might call that one done. just take that off. And thinking I want to do something a little bit more with these. Bit of this. Don't know what else like, but quite like that. I think maybe just a word. I've got some words. That I have previously some memories. So yeah. I'm thinking a bit of doily or something. Have I got any others? Don't want happiness again. No. No, I'll have to stamp some more. I might put dream on the bottom of that one. Just down there. So I want a bit something else to go with that. I've got some ribbon. It's a similar colour. Could have it up near him. And actually that ribbon would be quite nice on there. Might do that. Something that I haven't done is I haven't done any inking. And I think I want to, especially around these. Right. My desk is getting completely piled up and overrun. Now then, just going to put a bit of glue. Overrun with rubbish. Put a bit of glue along there. I think that looks quite sweet. He's cute. He's very, very cute. And then this one. Do the same thing with. There we are, those two done. Don't think they need anything else. And I might do something similar to that, but with memories just on the front. That's all we need. I'm going to put something on the edge of these pockets. Right, yep, that's that. Put that in there, and I'm going to use this one in here that we need finishing off. That's what it needs, finishing off. So let me little think about it. Okay, so I've had a bit of a play. I had an hour's conversation with my son on the phone, so whilst talking I did a lot of die cutting and punching and things. So this is out of the sort of bits of packaging that we had. I've got a bit of ribbon that I've coloured to match. Had a little look in my scraps bin for some things that I might use. So I've been using some dies, which I don't think is cheating in terms of using your junk, because I've used my dies on the junk, so it's still in that sort of vein. This is an old punch, and the rest are all sort of dies. So my thoughts for here, so I love this die. So this is the die set that goes with the Dainty Delight stamp set, which is new in the Stampin' Up catalogue. I'd show you the die set if I could actually see it on my desk. So I've had to scrunch everything to the side. It's not that one. Oh, it is that one. Yeah, it's that one. So I love this die. It's just so beautiful. I've got the die cut there. Can't see the actual die. There it is. So this lovely sort of looping thing. I've made a beautiful card out of it, which is on my blog. So I thought that just went lovely along there. And then I thought a little bit of ribbon there, which I've coloured with Night of Navy, so it sort of matches. And got a word, and then I thought I might put a little bit of, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use this gold ribbon as well, so that we have a bit of that and a bit of that. Didn't know if that was over the top. I'm going to leave that out, actually. That's what I've decided. Going to leave that out, but I didn't know if I wanted thought a little bit of maybe a little bit of this as well. I don't really need it. It just needs to be that, doesn't it? Yeah, let's keep it simple. Try and keep it simple. So yeah, I'm not, you know, I'm getting confused now of what you've seen. I've put some of that punched edge on the edge of these pockets as well. Oh, I haven't done the back one, so I haven't showed you it yet. Ignore that, we'll come to it. So let's get this stuck down. Yeah, so I started editing this video and realised that I hadn't even finished the pockets, and it was well over an hour. So this is part 3. So yeah, and this needs to go out tomorrow. So because of, I left this open, so because this is for the Saturday challenge, which is a bonus video in itself, getting one on a Saturday, you had a bonus one on Friday because part 2 would have come out in the afternoon, because you can't see this without seeing part 2, because then it's all out of sync, innit? So my challenge is going to be making ephemera out of your junk. Part 1 was the notebook, so you might have done what I've done, is sort of made a sort of a journal type notebook, and so you might have some ephemera to go in it. If not, just make ephemera for whatever, was what I was thinking. There we go. That, and then we've got this to go with that. I'm gonna, so this ribbon looks like this. So it's retired Stampin' Up ribbon. So I coloured the lilac with Night of Navy, and then I did go over the middle with the soft suede, because it had bled a bit, the ink, and so it looked a bit odd. There we go. And then we'll just put that across there. I'm just checking, so what pocket am I going in? I'm going to put it in that one. So whilst I was talking to my son, I made all the other tags, but they're going to be done in much the same way. Right, so we do get, I might put it up there so that it's seen, because otherwise it's a bit awkward going in the pocket. I do prefer it there, but I'm going to put it up there because it'll make it look prettier. In the actual journal. I'm going to have to refill this. So yeah, put it up there. So that goes in. That goes in there. That fits nicely, I think. Thinking about things to go in there. So I'm going to make some clusters. So we've got that one, that one's got that one. So that was, I'm kind of going to repeat then for the other things, for the other tags, so I won't show you those right now. So I was playing with some clusters. I was thinking this needs a bit toning down, I think, and some more red. So I made a little sort of Corey style cluster with some of my scraps and a die cut. So I thought that would work in putting it on there. And I'm trying to find my little thing there to get some ink around that die cut. And I thought I might put that up there, make a similar one for the other side, you know, when you go through there. So I might do sort of a few things just so that that tartan tissues spread a bit further around the journal I'm gonna tone it down a bit as well. I'll show you. I get this stuck in. I just felt it kind of smacked you in the face, was what I was thinking. As when you went in. As I was flicking through, it's all quite neutral, and then suddenly, poof, there's this big bit of red. That I'm thinking of altering for that pocket. We'll get it out in a minute. Of these die cuts, I have die cut a bit of a few borders with the blue, and I thought if I put a bit down there, kind of covers it up a little bit, was what I was thinking. So I might do that. Let's tear that off. You're not really going to see this. It's not really seeable, Jez. I'm just going to stick that on the bottom down there. And I might put a bit of a die cut on it. I might put something at the top as well. Just felt it needed toning down. And then I've got, put that along the top, and it kind of frames it a bit, doesn't it? That's what I was thinking. And I'll probably do that then on all of them. So I'll have a little bit more die cutting to do. I'm so glad I've got an electric die cutting machine now. It enabled me to do all this die cutting whilst on the phone. I mean, I know I had hands free, but even so. There we go. I think that's working nicely. And I did wonder about sticking some more. No, I think that'll work. That'll work. So I'll be doing a similar sort of thing. So all I did for those clusters was I just ripped up my tissue a bit like that. Got some scraps from other bits. Tore them down. You've seen me make Corey clusters before. I call them Corey clusters because Corey Damon was the person that I saw do them. So stick that on there. I want a ripped edge. So I might put that on that side. And let's rip this a bit smaller. So put a bit of glue down this edge. So we're going to cover that straight edge with the ripped edge of this. And do the same on this side. Put some glue down that straight edge. So it's the ripped edges that we're seeing. And then take one of me little die cuts. That's the only one that's wee. Stick it on. Don't know that it makes any odds whether that went upside down or what have you. Right, and then mop up that glue, and then over it with that, and then that can go on there, so it's matching up and stretching that colour a little bit. Ooh, that just caught on my jumper. Dear, oh dear. Yeah, we'll stick it there. There we go. And then my thoughts for this, I'm just gonna close this, put my finger right in it. Idiot. Right, so I bought these. I bought a pile of these from a charity shop. Really like them, and I thought I was thinking about having a bit of a file folder sticking out this pocket. I thought that might look nice. So I need to cut it down. So I'm thinking I'm going to take the date off. And then I could actually use that some way. So I'm gonna cut it down there. That strip won't get wasted. It needs a bit more cutting off the bottom, doesn't it? Oh, I don't know. Let's try. It's quite a big space, and you've got the full space. Go in just like that. So I'm gonna cut a little tad. Oh, it's just a bit smaller then. Get me different trimmer. I'm just going to take a little bit so that it's not sticking out quite so much. So I'll just take a little sliver off the bottom here. And then when it goes in, do you know, I had that ink I had in my hand, I've just transferred it there. It's a good job it's a junk journal, and it's a good job it's for me. So that's better. So we need to round the corners. And I don't think I'm going to do anything else with it. Just going to leave it like that. Not even going to ink it. That can just go in there. So there we go, bit of junk found in a charity shop. We'll do that in a minute. So the other thing I did, and I haven't quite finished, was to make a journaling card to go in here. I didn't want it very heavy, so I've literally took some packaging paper and I glued some of that tissue paper on, and then a bit of the lined paper on there. So again, that brings that into here. I did wonder about cornering it. I think I will. I can use this had I thought about this before, I would have done the corners before I stuck the lined paper, but I didn't. So it's quite thin still. Sometimes punches don't like thin paper, so we're going to have to go back over that, but it's okay. There we go. Some of it's working and some of it isn't. I say it does get a bit funny. It does punches and thin paper. Sometimes I put an extra bit in. I say this is only tissue paper, packaging paper, and some thin lined paper. So and then I'll just do a bit of stamping, I think. I say it's really thin, so we'll just stamp something on that. I've got all my stamps still out here. So we'll just do a little one on this edge, and then that's going to go that way, so we'll have a bigger one on there. So I'm going to go for a different one to what's on there, so that it looks a bit different. Yeah, so we've got 3 different ones there. So, but I might have a bit of this coming in the other side. That's that, and I'll do similar on the other side, and I just put a border down there as well, so just to sort of neaten that edge. It also gives it a little bit of you know, extra layer on there, so it's a little bit more durable. So I'll do the same on here, a little border down the border. I haven't got one cut, have I? I'll have to cut another. So it's just this border I've got from a retired Stampin' Up set. I'll just cut it out of the brown paper packaging. It'll have to be a bit bigger than that. I've got loads, and stick it down there. And so these tags are all going to be done in the same way I did the others. So this one needs a tag, and I haven't got one ready for this yet, so we need to give it a measure so we know how big I want it. Now it does go all the way to the side because it's an envelope, so it could be 3.5 inches like the others. We'll go all the way to the bottom, so it could be 6.5. It could be same size as the others. I think that was the size I did the other tags. If I find the tags that I have made, that's this tall, but that's not as wide. So yeah, I can make another one of those tags. I'm sure I've got another. That's the thin one again, isn't it? There's a wide one. I've got another tonic bottle box. Yeah, so I think that will work really well in there. So I am gonna finish those things off. I'm gonna do them in exactly the same way, and then I might add some more clusters as well to different things. I think these pockets need a little something in them. Although there was a bit of me that was thinking, oh, that's like an upward tuck there, or I might glue them down. So yeah, I'm going to go through and finish that off, and then show you it finished. Okay, so I have finished all the tags. So they're all pretty similar. I've added that to the front. I kind of wanted to do a similar thing to what I had on there. I've put life is a magnificent adventure, because if you're journaling about travel, it is an adventure, isn't it? And just added some ribbon and that. I'm not sure I've put that on straight. Oh well, it's stuck now. And that's the way it is. So finish the tags. So let's get them all out so you can see. So we had 2 like that from that gift bag, and then I used the other bit of the gift bag for the cover, and then I've used this blue wrapping paper. I think I've made 4 like that. Let's get them all out. I'm not doing a flip through because it's going to be another episode coming, because I decided on something else I wanted to do. So yeah, I just finished them all off in a similar way. That one I didn't put any die cut with. I just had it like that. This one, because it's going in this envelope here, I didn't want any bulk on it, so I just left it plain. But I think the paper's pretty enough, so that's okay. So that's those 4 done. So I did a bit of, I have used some gold twine that I've had in my stash for ages, so that's not junk. I've got a bit of string there with that one. Yeah, so done those. And then there was the plain tags. Just get them. I don't know why I put them back in, because I've just taken them out to photograph, and then I put them back in. So what I decided was, when they were in the pocket, that they needed a word. That's what I decided. So I have stamped memories on all of them, because that is what we're recording. So they are very, very similar, those. And then we've got the journaling cards that I made for these little pockets. So I made this one in much the same way, except I put an extra layer of the packing paper, so it's a little bit stiffer. And I did the corners before I stuck the paper on, so it's framed a little bit better. So the reason why I'm going to bring you another one is I just felt that just looked a bit plain, and I felt it needed something. So on this one I've started, so I just stamped a ledger stamp that I recently got at the January sales, and then I made a little cluster to stick over it, and I think that finishes it off. So I'm going to make 6 clusters, because I've got 6 pockets like this. So I'm going to do a quick video, famous last words for me, making the clusters, and then that will be it finished off, and I'll do a flick through. Okay, so hope you're enjoying it. I'm loving it. And yeah, so what I thought was going to be a quick one thing is going to be a 4-parter in the end. Okay, so hope you're staying with me. See you all again soon. Bye for now.